Little to no leads have been coming out as far as the investigation in the murder of Alberto Martinez, and it's been a little bit over roughly a week. What's going on, y'all? This is AP. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and please subscribe to my YouTube channel right here. And the information has been very scarce, if not any or no information has been coming out or leaked out about, the who possibly could have done it or the specifics behind this investigation. But what has been happening over the last week and what we have been hearing is a lot of Alpo's former friends and associates have been coming out and speaking out on his behalf, whether that be people that he knew intimately, that knew him in Maine where he was staying for quite a while, or whether that be just people from the old block in Harlem from around the way that knew him. And they've been coming out and speaking on what kind of person Alpo really was versus our preconceived notions and what we knew about Alpo from, all the documentaries and all of his history from 30 plus years ago. One thing that I am finding out is everyone is speaking very well about Alpo and how since he was released from prison in 2015, how he was pretty much a changed man. Literally everybody, whether it be on YouTube from people that knew him or whether it be in news articles and people that have been interviewed, everybody is saying just how Alpo was just a fun-loving, happy, smiling all the time, happy-go-lucky guy. There's really haven't been too many people that have came out that have spoken against Alpo that have known him since 2015, since he was released from prison and federal custody, that has speaking negatively about him. Everything that I've been hearing has been nothing but positive things, talking about how he loved life and how, he like to take trips and have a good time. And you could just even witness it and see it in the videos that was released over the last couple of years of him being in the streets of Harlem, how he was always, one thing I noticed about Alpo, he was always smiling. Like he never, had a scowl on his face or was looking mean and evil, whether he was getting interviewed on the streets of Harlem in Fashion Week, the streets of New York City in Fashion Week, or whether he was riding his bike or whatever. Alpo always had this huge, big grin and smile on his face. And that brings me to a bigger question. And I ask you the question. I would love to hear what you have to think in the comment section. We all can slander Alpo and talk about him and disrespect him and dog him and things of that nature. But was Alpo really truly a changed man in the last couple years since he was released from prison? Like, was he really trying to make a serious attempt at changing his life around for the better? From everything that I've seen, it looks like it. We all know that, the night that he died and as his truck was crashing after he was shot, reports were that he threw some baggies and some drug paraphernalia out of the window. So that would obviously lead us to think that maybe Alpo had two different lifestyles and he had two different sides to him, a happy side, a good side, and he still had maybe a dark side to him to where he was hustling and dealing drugs and, doing his thing on the side or whatever. But from all accounts, to me, it just looks like from the outside looking in that Alpo was a changed man. Women have spoken highly about him. Individuals that knew him or came just briefly interaction with him talked about how he was always helpful, willing to lend a helpful hand. Was he a changed man? I'm going out on a limb and saying, I don't know, because we all know that we've heard recent stories about Alpo was still hustling in the projects and still, on the low, dealing his thing and hustling. I can't answer that question. I want to know what you think. There's a possibility that, Alpo had still a dark, deep side to him. And he was just using that big, charismatic smile just to deceive people and just have us think that, oh, I'm really changing my life around and I'm a changed guy. But really, it was all deception because he was really still had one foot in and one foot out of the streets. It seems on the surface like Alpo was really trying to live a real good life. But then again, we saw the drug paraphernalia being thrown out of the vehicle. So that would lead us to think that this was all just BS and deception, deceiving all of us. And he was just really still dirty and still doing this thing. I don't know. Let me know what you think. This is AP. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Peace, blessings. Have a great day. One love.